Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. We're live. Oh, let's talk about it. I am DrLIsa Santiago McNeill, and this is himself, Brian K. McNeill.
I mean, the second before we go live, she handed me something that looks like a Rubik's Cube in gold. I'm like, what the?
And you figured it out. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, my gosh.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
The most complex bracelet class ever. I don't know how to work that thing.
Well, you just did, and you did it fine. I can actually do it myself the way that it's made, but I didn't want to be.
I was unfamiliar with that kind of class.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring it on you, boy.
Absolutely.
Anyway, that's not the point.
It is the point.
Good morning.
It takes us to number one.
Whoa. You ready already?
Our topic today is relationship needs. And communication is number one. And I thought, thank you, Miss Phyllis. Yes, I did make those earrings.
You made those?
I remade them out of another pair of earrings. I am a redesigner. A redesigner of a lot of things. All right. Well, you're next to the water.
I'm going to get it. We need water and coffee.
Your coffee's finished.
Yes, baby.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Uzama. Relationship needs communication.
How was your weekend?
How was your weekend? My weekend was fantastic.
Why was your weekend fantastic?
Because I had a whole day with my favorite person.
We had a whole day together. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Good morning, Uzama. Good morning, Susan. Yes, we did. Saturday and Sunday and probably Friday, too, was a really, really great weekend for us. And we do have a special guest today.
Not right.
Not right?
No. We have a special guest, Robin.
Yeah, he's already in the room.
He's actually a co-host on first Monday of the month.
Okay, so we can bring him up anytime.
Yeah.
If he's ready, give me a thumbs up if you're ready. He's ready.
He put thumbs, fingers, hands, and
Susan
we got to dance with it.
I love the idea before we get into it. Good morning, Robin.
Hey, Robin. Good morning, Julie Ray Hammond Tree. Thank you so much for coming through.
Come on, speak, Robin.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome and greetings from Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Yay!
So, Susan Kennedy said, I love the idea of the whole day date. Good morning, Jay Mattier. He says, good morning, family. You know, my wife and I, we both own our own businesses, and we both work, and we both have clients, and we have busyness of the day. You know, you gotta keep your house clean, you gotta keep your car up, you gotta feed each other, you gotta take care of a lot of stuff as an adult when you're in adulting. And what happens is, in the busyness of life, you know, you often sometimes put the relationship part of the life on the back end, and you give the relationship what you have left over, and sometimes it's not enough. Okay. And although you try, you know, and I think that's all you can really hope for is to be conscious of and try, because no one hits the mark all the time. So I had this idea. I thought it was a great idea. I said, baby, pick a day, and I won't do anything other than, you know, just be us that day. You know, pick the day. You know, just have like a day dedicated just to us. And she chose Saturday. So this past Saturday, we did that. We ate breakfast out. We picked up breakfast actually, and we got out. We dressed up decently, and we got out of the house, and we went uptown. We went to a really, really cool Mexican restaurant, and we had a great time there. We did a bunch of shopping with just us two, and we were happy the whole time. We were buying stuff. And we even went to a Restore, a Habitat Restore, just to piddle around, and we found something that we had to have in the Restore. We found a couch. We had an L-shaped couch that we loved.
Mosquitoes are eating Robin.
And then we found this C-shaped
If Florida
couch.
is those palmetto bugs, they might be getting a crunch off of
Mosquito.
him.
No, I got a mosquito dancing around my legs. I'm outside, so I'm gonna walk
Okay.
away from the screen for a
So-
second. I got a little thing for the mosquitoes. Keep going, Brian. Keep going.
Well, so we did that. We bought a couch too, and then we, as we were looking at our couch, a gentleman came by, and Lisa said, "That guy looks like he's got a truck," because we don't have a truck. So I flagged him down. It turns out he did have a truck, and he was a nice guy too. Older guy, nice guy. And we asked him, yes.
What makes a guy look like he has a truck, Lisa? What is it that makes a guy look like he has a truck?
You don't know.
You might be
But
looking
anyway,
at
she was
red
right.
light,
If you know, you
cowboy
know.
boots, jeans, redneck.
No, he was not.
He had
He was not.
gray beard, scraggly, work clothes. He had on work clothes too, like gardening or construction kind of clothes on. So anyway, turns out he was able to help us move that day.
And he used to be a mover.
He used to be a mover.
Hey,
Okay.
Adil.
Well, hello, Adil. How you doing? But what happened? So we couldn't do it that day.
Right, because of the rain.
It started raining crazy Saturday. But we went out and we found a wonderful Mexican restaurant, Q Fresca, something like that, uptown Charlotte. So it was in a great scene. We had a great meal, and we had this thing called a flight, a sorbet flight.
I saw it. Very
With a
nice.
full bottle of tequila and triple sec in it.
Oh no, it did not.
I wasn't told about the tequila or the triple
I
sec
didn't tell her.
until I had already consumed.
And she was already tipsy.
Oh,
She was already
Brian.
tipsy.
Brian, oh no.
I kept that from her, but she was tipsy, definitely. So, and then we came home and took like an hour reset.
You did.
I took an hour to reset, and then went out to a comedy club where we saw Flame Monroe. Flame Monroe is the name of the headliner. And Flame Monroe, how would you describe her?
And
It's a man. It's a man who identifies as a
he
woman.
does not.
Well, yeah, he went ahead and did all the surgery, so he looked like he had large breasts, and he
Okay.
wears very little to cover them. Okay.
But Flame Monroe is an amazing. I guess back in the day you would call it a drag queen.
Drag queen.
But
Okay.
now she is not necessarily embraced by the LGBTQ society, but that's okay. But she definitely was what I was not expecting Brian to have bought those tickets. I love her, and I'm glad I got to go. The last time I had a chance to see a show like that was before I got married. I just would have never even thought that he got it, but he didn't even know who she was. By accident, he chose like something that's perfect. But
Serendipity.
Yes,
It wasn't
absolutely.
accident, it was serendipity.
Absolutely.
Keep
absolutely.
in mind, Brian chose the show
He did.
Right,
and paid for
right.
the show.
He did.
Brian chose the restaurant,
He did.
all of that. Okay, but continue.
No, you can continue.
Anyway, so we had a wonderful all-day date. The comedy show was great. We got home. We had one, and also throughout the day. This is why the topic is apropos. Sometimes in marriage, you got to have tough conversations, and sometimes stuff gets not said that needs to be said. So my wife had this great idea to block the time that we will allow the tough conversations. Okay, so we looked at the GPS. It was 21 minutes to get to a location that we was going. So we would spend just these 21 minutes having that kind of communication, and then we was going to stop it, which I thought was great because it gave us a chance to say the heavy stuff because we knew that it wasn't going to last that long. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. She says, Grand Rising to my favorite, awesome, beautiful family. So I am going to retell the same story from a different position and allow you to take the journey with us. Now, the end result was the same, but the beginning was not, which is why our topic is today, relationship needs, communication number one. And understand, this is not just in personal relationships or marriage relationships. It's in relationships with your friends. It's in relationships with your children. It's in relationships with your business, with your clients. And it's also in your relationship with God. But I'll tell you why all of those things after I retell our weekend story. And I'm going to start a little bit earlier. I'm going to start at Friday. Friday, I had reached the end of my ability to communicate my needs and my frustration. Actually, it might have been before Friday because it was when you told me that I could have a whole day, whenever that day was. So I think that was Monday, but I'm going to tell you, that was the wrong thing to say for the request that I was asking to me, not to him. He thought he was doing a great thing by saying, babe, I'm going to take you out for the whole day. But what I heard was, okay, all right, pick a day so that you can get off my back.
Yeah, I
And
noticed that.
understand that that is how I heard
You
it.
took it that way.
That is what I said. I just said I took it that way because I was already feeling empty. I was feeling unappreciated. And we had the conversation. I was feeling like the wife and the business partner, but I was not feeling like the girlfriend.
Aha.
I was not getting girlfriend benefits.
Okay, if you want to jump in at any point, Rob,
Absolutely. You can jump in. I won't lose my train of thought.
Okay.
No, you're good. Yeah, that's a very important piece of it right there.
I think so too, but go ahead. Mm-hmm.
So when I had blew up on Friday, because he had to first pick an afternoon after work, after I get finished work, I won't have a cigarette this day. And you can have as many a cigar that day. And you can have as much time as you want before we go to bed. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, really? I get the tail end of your busy day dedicated just to me, and you'll sacrifice the cigar. Wow. Whoopee, Lisa.
Now, again, I'm thinking I'm making a great suggestion, okay? But she's not taking it that way.
I'm not taking it that way because, again, I'm empty. So now, once again, we're fast forwarding to Friday. Thank you, Jay. He says, communication, the hardest thing for a man and woman to master. Absolutely. Because there's so many misfiring. Really, many relationships struggle long before the conflict just because of the misunderstanding or misunderstandings, misinterpretations, and missing the mark just because we don't think the same way, we don't feel the same way, and we don't necessarily hold the same things in high esteem.
We want to get to your comment, Julie, but go ahead.
Julie had?
Yeah, but go ahead, finish your story.
Okay. So it's not going to finish. It's going to keep going through this whole
Julie Wright Haventree says, I know a younger couple who take turns each month planning a special date. In February, they both plan a special date with their partner, particularly in activities that the planner would not choose to do. For example, she does not enjoy fishing at all, but she had a full day of fishing with her husband. He's not into fashion, but spent a full day at fashion show activities with his wife. Thank you, Julie, for submitting that.
Thank you. That is a great submission. So then on Friday evening, at the very latest part of the evening, Brian comes upstairs and he walks past me, and what could have been and probably should have been a loving action was, it just set my soul on fire. I was going to lose my mind. He came past and smacked me on the butt. I usually need to be smacked on the butt.
I smack on your butt all the time.
Absolutely. But this particular time, you almost got.
Yeah.
Because
communication.
Absolutely.
Communication, number one.
I thought I was doing the right thing, but she took it that way because she felt a certain way at that time.
Right.
And then he started asking me, well, what do you want to do tomorrow? And I'm like, and again, he probably thought that was a good thing because he wanted to ask me what I want to do.
Because I wanted her input. I sent her a message.
In his head, it was foreplay.
I sent her a message that says, baby, I want you to have a special day. Please help me in designing what that would look like. Doesn't that make sense? Okay.
It makes perfect sense, except
but she didn't respond to that.
So crazy woman said no.
So it's perfect response for someone who wants that response. I go out of my way for every one of our evenings, every one of our activities, every one of our everythings to make sure that I include certain components that I know that my husband needs to have a good time. He needs to have something to eat, first and foremost. He needs to have uh, um, limits on the interactions, and he also prefers, he doesn't need it, but he likes to have a cigar, and that often makes it a lot more palatable for him. And so much of the time, I don't think, what would I like to do by myself, because I feel like if I choose any of the things that I like, then my husband won't want to participate in them with me, and I'll have to do it by myself, or I'll have to get a girlfriend, as if I just need a random person to be with me. I have the ability to have girlfriends and the ability to have other people in my life, but sometimes the people that I want in my life are not my coworker and colleague Brian K. McNeill, not even my husband Brian K. McNeill. I want my lover. I want the guy who couldn't wait to get to see me when we were dating. I want that guy. And so I have been trying to articulate it for what felt like weeks, especially in the face of the fact that he was doing all of these other amazing things. He was taking care of me while I was sick. He was feeding me. He was cooking. He was taking care of all of the things that I normally take care of.
Back and forth to the doctors, pharmacists.
Absolutely. He was doing all of the things, but he was doing all of the husband things because, honey, those are husband things. Those are the better or the worst things that come through everything. Those are the richer for poorer things. I wanted some of the, I don't want to call him a boyfriend because we don't like that word, but I wanted boyfriend benefits. Does that make sense? I wanted to hang out with my boyfriend or my lover. Okay, I have to see. Oh, it's Dr. Beverly. Communication is the key, or is it? I'm writing a book called "What Does Your Love Deserve?"
Live deserve is what you said. I meant life. Communication is the key, or is it? I like that. We can communicate and yet have understanding. Not everything spoken is understood, and not everything understood is truth, and not everything true is clearly communicated. Most people believe communication is about talking more, explaining better, or being heard louder. Please scroll up. But
the real issue is not expression, it is alignment, because communication is not just.
I don't think that's. I think it's not that. But I also think it's.
It's not just what it's said. It is what is shown, repeated, avoided, delayed, and emotionally delivered over time. Amen.
I think the word that they test for is see if you understand what you read.
Comprehension.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not just what's said and understood. It's what the other person comprehends. Okay.
And the challenge is checking for understanding, because sometimes that immediately throws up defensiveness. Like, I heard you. What do you think? I heard you. No, that's not what I'm saying. I understand you heard me. What did you hear me saying? Oh, now we Dr. Phil all of a sudden.
Come on, Robin. I need your help.
No, you know what? I'm 100% on both sides because I get it. Being married as long as I have and on a second marriage and learning the people that I've been with and trying to understand and comprehend what makes them tick. I think what I'm hearing is because we have eliminated a lot of the biological cues that animals have, scent, visual, the stimulation of the vibe and the feel, we remove that in choice of words, in favor of explanation, instead of feeling what's going on and understanding that through a completely non-verbal communication, right? And I think that's where we kind of disconnected, is she was probably non-verbally showing you all the things she needed, but she wasn't saying it, and you're not picking up on that because we're distanced from that. We wash our bodies regularly and get all those scents off, the fear scent, the sexual scent, all the scents that would have communicated those things to you, Brian. We take in favor of cleanliness, right? So I don't think there's anybody's fault as much as it's just societally as human beings we've eliminated a lot of the key indicators and factors that we would otherwise know and smell and see and feel in favor of words, and the words don't do the same job communicating.
Love it.
I would
Absolutely.
say be aware, be more in tune, and that's where I think the communication breakdown comes.
Absolutely.
Jay Mattier says,
Jay says the first issue is that they're opposite. We must remember the sender is not the receiver and the receiver is not the sender.
there
Absolutely.
you
go.
But I feel like that's what exhausted me because I spend so much time thinking to myself, how do I deliver this so that Brian might receive it? How do I make it a short? How do I make it not an accusation? How do I make it a suggestion? And I spend time ad infinitum rewriting it in my mind, re-rehearsing it in my mind. So when I say it and it still doesn't get received, at that point, I'm at the 100th time rehearsing this in my mind and it still blew up like a bomb in my face. I'm like, you know what? I don't know.
So no, you're right. No, 100, Lisa, we're there. No, this is 100% accurate because I go through the same exact thing. And what I can share with you is my personal experience. Is just deliver it when it comes to your mouth. Forget worrying about him. His response is his problem.
It should be.
all right, I got to say something.
By the way, if you're going to go through it 100 times and still not get the response you were expecting, why do that? Just go ahead and throw it out there and deal with the response, right?
All right, two things. I got to say two things. First, I got to quote Patti LaBelle. Okay, I got to quote her first, and then I got to say something else too. But she said this line, I must have rehearsed my lines 1,000 times until I had them memorized. But when I get up the nerve to tell you the words, just never seem to come out right. And then she goes, if only you knew. Now, back on her. She's done all this mental gymnastics. Yes. If you only knew how much I do truly love you. Okay, all of that stuff is what Lisa was describing. That's what I had to say first. The second thing is this too. We've been together more than 10 years, okay? You gotta love and communicate with the person that they are today. Not the way they were.
Thank you.
Well, not the way they were 11 years ago when he was in boyfriend mode.
Absolutely.
Couldn't wait to see you. That was that guy then.
Absolutely.
But we have to figure out a way
Sure.
to communicate and love the person that they are today.
So
Wait. Because not only am I evolving, you have evolved as well.
Absolutely.
Even the way we think about relationships, business, church relationships, all of that stuff has evolved.
Yes.
So it's constantly you figuring it out. You're never going to master it, like Jay often says. So you got to love the day person. And today, Brian don't have the energy.
Okay.
That
But
they let you run.
today's Lisa, first of all, is revisiting a lot of things. And I realized that there are a lot of things that I had to, for whatever reason, shift their positioning in my life. And while I understand you're not the boyfriend Brian anymore, you don't have the same energy, you have different responsibilities and all
I'm
those
husband.
things. Absolutely. But if you want to be able to keep what you got, it's important to remember how you got it. And I'm not saying that you have to muster that amount of energy. One of the things that really enamored me to so much of what we have journeyed through is that you would sell yourself every day to me.
I do.
And he said that, and you did that for many, many years, which made it easier to put up with the discrepancies in maybe what I might want to do, maybe what I might want to have, because there were enough deposits. And what I'm saying to you now is that that particular bank or that particular account deposits had gotten very, very low.
I get it.
So it was difficult. While I understand all of the things, I understand finances, I understand busyness, I understand work, I understand all of the things, but it was a place that I had understood myself out of my own needs. Everything else was that was priority, and I had allowed myself because I know one more thing is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Okay, my straw is not really worth it today. My straw is not really worth it today.
But yet, then enough.
And so how many times do you keep holding your straw back because you don't want it to be the one that breaks the camel's back before it becomes the one that becomes a big enough mountain that you can build your own house? Lisa, it sounds like you were already centered in a place and the light of some dissatisfaction, and you were seeing things in that light. Brian was trying to take you beyond. What could he have done better? Absolutely. That's what we intend. That's what we break it down.
Let's catch everybody.
Dr. Beverly said, and it's funny how even when people are together, as long as they
connect on most things without even using words, because the timing is right and the pattern is good, and they connect or communicate in that marital tone where only they would understand. But when there's another, take that off, baby. When there's another, I'm trying to find it. Trying to find where I left off. Because the thing, pat around, communicating. When there's another emotion that's involved, like frustration, like DrLIsa is talking about the alignment is off. So the receiving is off, the delivering is off, and then something else starts to brew. Okay, Dr. Beverly goes on to say, okay, Brian, it's time you tell your stories again so you can just get some. And Jay Mathieu says, the answer song is, if you don't know me by now, you will never know me. After all the things we've been through. Ernest James Usher says, good afternoon, family. He goes on to say,
communication number one. This one always trips me up. It can be a whole lot of talking, but still no communication. It's more than just words.
Yes, but I think Dr. Beverly hit on something, and Julie Ray too. It's the communication is one thing, but if your mental state at the time of the communication, you got to factor that in too.
Right.
You know, Dr. Beverly and Julie Ray kind of hinted about that or said those things. You know, even if you're well-intentioned, even if you do everything right, if the receiver's not right or ready or in a place where they can receive it, you know, they might not even be in a place where they can receive it. Absolutely. So it's going to miss.
And that's another reason I think that it's so long like this. So many contents under pressure, because I knew that it simply was not the right time. It's simply not. So not now because he's hungry, not now because he's tired, not now because he's stressed, not now.
Okay, let's say that. So let's say you know I'm hungry.
Yeah.
If you know I'm hungry, we're right. But if you know I'm hungry and tired, you also know that's not the right time to bring up heavy. Because I can't receive it then.
Absolutely. I don't. Bring me food.
I love it. But I want to kind of like, even with all this stuff we talk about, the communication needs, we did have the blocked time in the car as we were out and about. We did have I thought our communication level was high in the car. I thought we had great communication when we got home on Saturday. I thought the love making on Sunday morning was really, really good. It wasn't?
You're missing the point again.
I'm trying to see.
You're trying to point out all of the high points.
No, I'm trying to see.
It's really important.
I'm trying to see that after all of that, did we get to the resolution plan?
Yes, Brian. We can go straight to the end. It was wonderful. It was fantastic. Everything was great. It's destined to repeat because we're not examining what really happened so that there can be a meeting of the minds. I think by just looking at everything that worked out and not providing any true magnifying glass to what happened, what felt wrong, and what didn't hit, what didn't land, all of those things, then there are still landmines that have not been diffused.
I think you're right. The destination, I mean, it can be repeated if you don't fully examine it. I think you're right. Ernest James Usher says, I know y'all not on TikTok, but your audience would go crazy about this topic.
I think so too.
This is normal. This is a normal heated debate that always brings good content.
I think so.
We're
too.
not on TikTok like that.
He's not on TikTok yet. I have my own rant by myself because he thinks TikTok is for young people.
That's not it. Stop putting words in my
Look, well,
mouth.
then why don't you be on TikTok?
Be on TikTok and Alignable and on LinkedIn and on Facebook and try to build my clients. Sure. Why not? Is there anything else I can get on?
Jay Daddy has said you better let it go. Let it go.
I think you better let it go.
Let
Let
it
it
go.
go, baby. Looks like another love TKO. I love TKO, man. Technical knockout, which means go to your corner.
So that was ultimately what we decided. We decided that the 21 minutes on the drive, and then we did it again, another 15 minutes interval in the drive. That's enough time to have a heated argument and then retreat to your corners with the understanding that we will still revisit it. Please understand, you can't just stop an argument that's not resolved and never come back to it.
Well, because there was one moment I was getting heated, but the time was up. So I had to not say. Dr. Beverly contributes.
And in Brian's defense, when men stop being boyfriends, they almost forget how to be one because now their focus has matured and to becoming a husband and a safe place and a comfort zone. And hopefully his priority is Lisa's peace. Men that try to be a boyfriend still within a marriage, they suck at it. They forget, and it's only because, in a sense, they've matured into that responsibility of all the other needs that they believe that he believes his wife, not the girlfriend, should have from him.
I love that, Dr. Beverly. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense. And one thing she said made sense to me is you forget, and you're going to suck at it if you try to do them both.
So then at that same logic, then feel free to understand why your woman can stop being the girlfriend.
No, she can't stop being the girlfriend.
All right. Here, watch this.
Come on, Rob.
You mentioned something at the beginning of this show, Lisa. I'm going to bring it right back around full circle.
Okay.
If my communication with my creator is in the right vibration, if I am feeling filled, if I am going to the source, if I am taking care of me spiritually, communicating to God my needs, my fears, my desires, my hopes, then when I come back to this relationship, I come filled, overflowing, and just the drips that come out of me is more than my spouse or my mate or my partner can handle. So when your communication with the right areas are open and working properly, and that has nothing to do with the other person. That's 100% your responsibility and obligation. You'll be the boyfriend when you need to be the boyfriend. You will be the adult and the mature money earner when you need to be that guy. And that slap on the ass will come at the appropriate time, and she will receive it properly because you're coming from a place of complete fullness. There's no lack. There's no negative. There's no deficit, right? And once that happens, there's no taking anything wrong. You vibe properly. You pick up everything that's going on with her, and all she gets from you is overflow of your abundance. She can't ever hate that. So
you're right.
Absolutely.
Communication, baby.
but you also highlight keeping God in it. If I had done that.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. The communication.
If I had, I know you were.
Understanding communication with God is as much as it is talking. And I have been listening. I have been sitting in his word. I've been studying. I've been asking him. And then even came to the point where I just had to decide, God, show me how to be the wife that my husband wants.
The simplest question. That's stop all your BS. Stop adding the extra layers of what Lisa thinks to it. God, just show me. Just show me how to be what he wants. No, what he needs me to be. Because he wants you to be a 25-year-old, I don't
want a 25-year-old.
Huzzy all over him. Okay, 40-year-old. What you get my point? We all want them to be young and horny and sexually active 24 hours a day, and gourmet cooks and the
And
best
gourmet
shoppers,
cooks.
and I want them to be able to take care of the yard and these beautiful plants. And why can't you do all that? But when we realize that we have to be coming from a position of fullness, none of that
Yes,
becomes
yes.
right?
I love it, Robin. I got to catch up with Dr. Beverly. She says,
Here's the crazy part,
Dr.
Dr.
Lisa.
Lisa. That's when we love our men the most, and the girlfriend, and the girlfriend stage. That's why we still need to be girlfriend.
Up is what Brian don't understand because it brings back those beautiful emotions when you first see him and you start to smile, or when he goes away and comes back and you see him and you can't help but smile. What he's not understanding is that
Well,
those
to mess it up.
emotions will help me. Then you got to scroll over.
I can't do anything while you're doing
Okay,
it.
What Brian don't understand, bringing back those beautiful emotions when you first see him and you start to smile. What he's not understanding is that those emotions that grew with you, that put you in a place of loving him, you would like to revisit that every now and then. Jay Mattier says, God's goal is for you to become one.
For two
to become one.
And so I agree. I definitely agree with that. And I have to say that as we shift, one of the things that I've realized is that I have been taking on so much as wife, house caretaker, mother caretaker, and husband caretaker.
And for a month,
and
you had
business,
to heal.
plus recovering.
For a month,
right.
You were
I'm
sick.
still recovering.
And she's still sick.
Absolutely.
Okay? She still got pains. Okay, but not like it was 2 weeks ago. Okay, so all of that emotion tied up to the fact that you were physically taxed as well. Part of your work was healing. I like all of this, but there's another thing I need to throw up here. I think Robin has been brilliant. I think Dr. Beverly's been brilliant. I think all of you guys have been brilliant. Jay,
Julie, Ray,
I think y'all been brilliant. And also there's this, and it's not going to sound pretty, man, but the compartmentalization of it. I cannot focus on everything all at the same time. I have to pick up this thing to focus on at a certain time, and then I have to put that thing down so I can do the next thing. When I'm dealing with my clients, my wife, I don't even want any distractions. Okay, when I'm talking to my client, I don't even want any ancillary noise when I'm talking to my client because I'm focusing on that thing right then. Okay, any clanging of a pot or a pan or banging of a door, I don't want to hear none of that stuff because I'm focused on it. So I have to learn to, well, part of me is compartmentalization. So I'm not going to be all of it at all times because I have to learn to compartmentalize for me to make it through a day.
Absolutely, and that's understood. I think there also needs to be some additional compartmentalization, and I have tried to suggest it. I have tried to infer it. I have tried to state it outright, and I've tried to infer it. I've tried to do a lot of things, but one of the
Still missing.
Absolutely, you'll come to bed
Richard Pryor.
at the end of yourself when I have told you over and over again that I need time with you at the end of the day. So now you pushed your coming up from the end of the day to almost the next morning. And the way that I had received, I'm telling you, I said what feels like. Now you can be pedantic or you can hear me. You come upstairs and then you take your time on your chess game to unwind. You've already unwound with your cigar and with your drink and with your TV time, or if it's football season or basketball season or WNBA season, or find something or watch a replay of boxing, anything. And in my mind, that begins to think like anything but come upstairs, right? I'm going to find anything except to be with you. But I understand you need to unwind and put your work behind you. So I have learned to navigate that space. And then as I navigated that space, then I figured at least when you come upstairs, it'll be my time. And I made 2 requests because I can't stand the fact that I have to wear all of this equipment now.
Which is new.
It's new. I have sleep apnea. And they've given me all this crap. So I don't think that looks very sexy. So you wait until I have the elephant nose on all of these things on, come upstairs, and even then you sit down and watch your tablet for another 45 minutes,
Okay.
and then take your bathroom time for another hour,
2 hours, 3
then
hours.
take another 30 to 45 minutes to dry your feet off,
Oh,
and then
my God.
you turn on your bedtime music, and then you go to sleep the second your head hits bed.
Because I'm ready to go to bed. Now, you said all that. I got to come in first, Robin. I know I'm going to read Dr. Sheila because I love what she said too. Okay, but I come upstairs much earlier, especially lately that she's talking about. Okay, much earlier. I'm not up downstairs at midnight. I'm upstairs at 10. Okay, that's the
And you
truth.
were yesterday.
That's
You
the
were.
truth.
That's fine.
It takes me minutes to dry my feet, not hours. Okay,
I
that's
said
not true.
30 minutes. I
Okay,
didn't
it
say
takes me minutes.
hours.
Okay, you got to move it down there. So a lot of that stuff right there, wait, Robin, I'm gonna let you in, is an exaggeration. Okay. And also, you have trained me years ago, Brian, don't come upstairs with all that energy. Okay. You're bringing way too much energy upstairs with you. So you have taught me to not bring up that energy.
So
Because
again, I will tell you.
wait. Because I listen to you completely. Sometimes I used to come upstairs like at 9, but I'm still full. I still business stuff. I still got it all in my head. So baby, I got a great idea.
You're empty. Huh? You come upstairs with all of that energy.
I
but
used to.
You used to,
but you
it was
trained me
all
not to.
business energy. I don't need business energy in my bedroom.
But that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at 9. Okay, during the week especially. During the week, by 9 o'clock, man, I'm still bowed. Okay. So anyway, I'm Robin. Come in, Robin, and then we're gonna read Dr. Sheila and Dr.
Come
Beverly.
in with your opinion anytime.
I'm just gonna look, Brian. I'm almost ready to take your man card, sir.
Whatever, man.
You just defended yourself to the woman who needs you to hear what she's saying, and you defended each item instead of hearing what she's saying. What she's saying is, I need you, I want you, and I'm explaining to you how I want you. All you gotta do is just say, "Okay, baby."
Okay, baby.
Literally 5 minutes tomorrow, 5 minutes difference tomorrow, it'll be changed forever. Just hear what she's saying. Just hear what
all right, it's 9:40. We haven't done African American history. We haven't done the songs. We're going to read Dr. Sheila first. She says, I've listened to the entire conversation. I have no input or advice, but I can go to the Father, that he restores your joy and give each of you discernment that is spiritually grounded. Each of you are in sync. Bless you. Thank you, Dr. Sheila. Dr. Beverly submits. Help me, baby, with this thing. Dr. Beverly submits, my great-grandma used to say she gets sick because she needed a break from all her life responsibilities. So she needed time for herself, to be by herself, to get stronger for her next season. Brian, Lisa is trying to share with you that she feels like she has to pick a card, and she's always picking the last card. I feel Robin. I feel Dr. Beverly. Jay Maddie comes in the room and says, what? Lisa's trying to say, I'm not your superwoman. I'm not the kind of girl that you can put down and think that everything is okay. Scroll, please. And so am I. Dr. Beverly says, my brother Jay is hitting it with these songs. He is. Jay is on it with the songs. And Dr. Beverly says, Robin, listen to this love. They love each other so much. It's wonderful to us, and it's sickening to them. And then she thought it was funny. But we do love each other so much. There's no other person. It's so much more worth fighting for. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard all that he's planned for me. We got songs in the show today. Come on. All right, we got to wrap. We got to get out of here. Okay.
Okay, we're going to skip the African American history because we have gone so late in this time.
But wait a minute. Thank you.
Thank you guys for navigating this relationship. We only started with the personal relationship. We're actually planning to go into the business relationship
and friend
relationships as well as social relationships in general. and your relationship with God.
But here's another thing I need to say. We have to get out of here at a certain time. Okay. Why? Because we got work day ahead of us. I started early today. I started my work day early today because Monday sets the pace for your week. What can you do today to ensure that you have a successful week? That was my mindset as I woke up this morning. That's what I was. And I'm thinking about, am I trying to help people or not? Am I trying to help people? That's another reigning thought of mine. So when we're done with this right here, my mind is going to shift into work mode. And I like that. I like it. I want that to be the case. So I do have to compartmentalize these things. All right. Robin, you need to say anything else before we go to the songs?
You know, you can fly with them songs, brother, because we've said the word. Lisa, you have been heard, sister.
Amen. You have been heard. Your back has been gotten by 3, 4, 5 people. Miss Phyllis was first in the room. She has a greeting logo on and goes, Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Do y'all see my smile? Because I'm in the mood to smile. After Miss Phyllis today was Mr. Uzama Raw. He's got a jam too.
Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King.
Uzama.
Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King.
Uzama. Up next is Miss Susan Kennedy. She's got a song too. Susan Kennedy.
You're everything I hope for.
You're everything I need.
You are so beautiful.
Hit that line. Thank you. I always struggle with that last line. Oh, me. I can't do it. So at least I got to do it. Julie Ray Hammontree. Find out what she means to me. Julie Ray Hammontree. Julie, you rock today. Thank you. Jay Mattier's got a jam too. Get ready. Get ready. Oh, get ready. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. I miss Dr. Deborah today. She's going to have fun with this.
Hey, Adil.
Adil Aleem has been rocking with us for years. You need a song, Adil.
Absolutely.
Dr. Beverly has a logo. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
And good morning.
You and the rest of your crew.
Hey.
Ernest James. If you need web designing or some digital marketing, don't call me. Call Ernest James Usher. Da 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 da. Ernest James Usher. And that da 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 is a part of the jam. We got Dr. Sheila, right?
There we go. Sheila, stars are brewing in her eyes.
Oh, that's Dr. Sheila's song. Good morning, Dr. Sheila. Wait a minute. Yeah, we read that. Okay, good. We read that. Come on. Wait a minute. Dr. Jason songs. Robin listens to this love. They love each other. We read that. Dr. Beverly goes on to submit, Brian, I love the way you love DrLIsa. She also goes on, DrLIsa, I love the way that you love Brian. Dr. Susan Kennedy says, I appreciate my song. Dr. Beverly comes back in the room and she says,
I love you both. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of it. You two are a great inspiration.
You know, you're highlighting something, you know, because some people just see the highlight reels. They just see us out and about together. They don't know we have real marriage stuff.
Yeah. But that's one thing that we've consistently been very transparent about on the show. Is
with
that,
you guys.
Yeah, with you guys.
Only you two guys, really. Yes, we got you. Love, not live.
That is not all peaches and cream or peaches and herb.
We're going to keep going, sons. Peaches and herb. Shake your groove. That's what it is.
Well, that's Ashford and Simpson.
Okay, that's
Solid as a rock.
No, that's Ashford and Simpson. Peaches and herb is groove, right? Anyway, Jay would know. Jay would know.
Yeah. Anyway. I don't know. But anyway, it is a process of ebbing and flowing. There's a lot of give and take. There's a lot of moving parts. And as I think that one of the things that Robin said, as well as you said, that we have to love the current version of the person that we're with, understanding that both parts can evolve. We're both getting older, and I'm going to tell you something that there's also going on. Not only are we both getting older, there are different hormonal issues at every stage for everybody. Testosterone goes down, estrogen goes down. So we end up meeting at the same place. Well, I got a full beard, and
And I got titties.
and you got titties.
And you got man boobs.
I don't have that now, but she's right. I'm still encouraged. I'm still happy because even all the stuff that we went through today, all the comments,
And all the stuff we went through on Friday, the weekend was
magnificent. But even all the examples of Brian missing it and Brian not hearing it, all that stuff, it still encourages me because I know my intention was good.
And it was.
And I was trying. It wasn't that I gave up. You know, if I didn't care, I wouldn't give a daggone about any of this stuff. Okay, but I do care, so I'm gonna keep trying. I think as long as you're trying, two things happens when you're trying. Same thing in my business as a sales trainer. I knew organizations that currently had a manager that cared a lot. Those are going to be better clients of mine because they've been trying everything and it still just hasn't worked. So they need to bring in me to help them because I know they've been trying, and it hasn't worked. Same thing here. I've been trying, you know, and even
we're going to bring Jay back in.
I'm going to bring Jay back in to help. Jay brought in
Sometimes you need a master trainer.
Yes. We had several sessions over the years with Jay and Katrina.
And they've been married for what? Just
53, 54 years.
Oh,
We go in their garage and Jay and Katrina and me and Lisa and have music in the background and they pour into us. And they're a part of our strength, actually. They're part of what makes us strong since we've known them. And if you don't have people like that in your life, I encourage you to find some. Julie Ray Hamilton says,
show me how to recognize it.
That's a good prayer.
Man, that's a good,
very good prayer. Show me how to recognize his love for me.
Expressed in all of its forms. Amen.
There you go.
Tony Robbins has something to say about that too, because sometimes the way people interpret love is different.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sometimes, all the time.
Interpret. Absolutely.
What'd you say, Robin?
He said
Not sometimes. All the time. We all interpret things from our own wounds and our own energies, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
All the time. Yes.
Julie Ray says, she goes on to say, there'll likely come a day when you'll long for that little fanny clap. Well, he knows he can't walk past me without smacking me on the butt.
I can't not do it.
You can't not do it. But this particular time, it was just like, so you thought,
but that wasn't my fault.
Make it all better.
Yes. I tell men, a young man's marital advice that I give, I says, always touch her booty, okay? In the kitchen, you got to do it, okay? You got to touch her butt.
You know the difference between a young married woman, an old married woman, and I'm Jewish, so I can say this, and a Jewish married woman. The young married woman says faster, faster. The old married woman says slower, slower.
Okay.
And the Jewish married woman says beige. I think I'll paint
beige.
the ceiling beige. I think I'll paint the ceiling beige. It's perspective, guys. It's where we're coming from.
I wouldn't say that joke, but
what angle are you coming from to this conversation? Right. And can you understand the other's perspective? And I'll end it with this. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and your mind, your soul, and strength. And love your neighbor as yourself. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love someone else.
Wow.
That's the bottom line. Be full so that you can fill others.
Amen. Julie brings in one more. She says,
Cupid out here shooting arrows. He's going to miss the moving target every now and again. People are moving targets.
Yes, ma'am.
And Sheila says, amen.
Thank you for the prayer, Dr. Sheila. All of you guys have been tremendous today. Thank you. Thank you. We got to go.
We got to do Robin's song out the door.
Robin C. Stern, he's
your Google guru.
Teach, your Google guru. Teach. We got to go.
We got to go. We love you. Have an amazing Monday. And don't forget.